Hello and welcome back to Red Devils TV. Today we are going to talk about the match reaction of Manchester United vs Villarreal 1-1. And seriously, I'm heartbroken. I cried a lot last night. I even feel like crying. I cannot keep my emotions in. Even I'm crying now also. I cannot keep my emotions in. Basically, I'm not faking it. I love this final was supposed to be ours. The trophy was supposed to be ours. And this is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster. And I'm not the only one. I know that. Many people are heartbroken. Many Manchester United fans are heartbroken. And they should be. I'm not believing that. This is an absolute disgrace. The players didn't show up. The manager is not feeling like doing anything other than else. And to be honest, I have cut Ole a lot of slack. I've cut Ole a lot of slack since the last 2 seasons when he came to Manchester United. I have cut him a lot of slack, but now I have to say it. He's not good enough for Manchester United. He has to go. There is no other alternative. What is progress? People are talking about we shouldn't judge Ole just on a European Cup final. I'm going to give you many reasons for judging Ole. He lost 3 quarterfinals, 5 semi-finals, and now a final. And no words basically. And the thing which is repeating again and again is that he is not rotating the squad enough. Which manager in the world puts the substitution in the 190th minute and also that's also about the not of the game, is just sort of penalties. I mean who the hell thinks like this? Who the hell has this mentality? And that's why Manchester United will never succeed under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Never in a million years. Because he is not cut out to be the manager who will cut the mustard for the club. He is not. He is a below par manager who has average tactics. And basically, I must say this. People say that he doesn't trust the bench, basically, the bench players. I'm going to say this here. He is a stubborn, indecisive, and a scared manager, nothing else other than that. He's stubborn on which players who will play, or favoritism going around. Why the hell is Rashford playing till 110 minutes? Why the hell is Pogba playing to that? Pogba and Rashford didn't do nothing. They did shit basically. Why the hell are they playing? I'm just devastated with this. I have no words. I expected a very good performance from Manchester United. That's why I say that at preview it was 3-1. It was 3-1, I expected it. But now it's all go to hell. It's all go to hell, basically. It's all go to hell. This season's a failure in it. With the season failure, I don't care if anyone says that we finished second. How is finishing second is success? It may be progress to some people, but it's not progress to me. Getting 8 points, other than last season, is not progress. It's not progress. And we would not get 8 points, more than 8 points from last season, even if Liverpool and Chelsea hadn't slipped so badly this season. And that's a fact. Nobody can disagree with that. Nobody can ignore that Manchester City was the only team who could compete with us. That's it. And why should the Manchester United supporters will lower their expectations to accommodate a manager who's not worth it? It's not like that he is a Klopp, he is a Pep Guardiola who will not succeed in the first or second year. He has no resume. He has no CV. He has no managerial skills. I'm going to give a perfect analogy from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United highlighting career? As a backbencher, as a bench warmer, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a bench warmer, he came as substitutions. He came as a substitute player. That's why he was said super sub, basically. That's why he was said super sub. He was at Manchester United being a substitute player for his whole career only, and he doesn't know what's the importance of a substitute or a fresh leg of player in a European Cup final. And I believe that he is the one to take forward. I'm done with this Ole shit, Ole progress shit. If we have no identity under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I've said it before in my videos. Go back and rewatch my videos. I've said it before that there is no other philosophy. Okay, we are supposed next season we have to compete both domestically and European. How are we going to compete with those teams like Bayern Munich, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona? How are we going to compete with those teams? And in domestic also we have 3 better teams than us. Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City. How are we going to compete with them? And even the fourth place is not secured. Even the fourth place is not secured. Leicester can have a very good season. Even if Spurs, if they get a good manager, they will start performing well. I don't know about Arsenal, and I'm not going to say Arsenal. That's okay. But I'm just devastated, man. I'm just devastated. I expect a lot, and I have to say this. Okay, why doesn't he learn from his mistakes? This same thing is happening since the 2018-19 season. The latter stages of this was happening. He didn't rotate the squad, and that's why we lost. That's why we lost, and that's a fact. You can go and check back those results and the lineups and those criticisms. No, I think he's not the man to take Manchester United forward. I think he has done a good job, but he is not good and great enough to take us to the next level, to win Champions League, to win Premier League, to win FA Cups, and he can't do that. And the excuses he's giving, I think he should not be a Manchester United just by hearing the excuses only. He is saying that we didn't have a preseason, that's why we lost. The season is ending, the last match of the season, and you're complaining about preseason. Nobody had a fucking preseason, and nobody's complaining about it like you do. And every day, every match when he loses, and every crunch when he loses, our players just don't turn up. Why? Are they smoking weed or something like that? No, they are not turning up. And I would say this, I have criticized McTominay a lot, but he was the only player beside Van Bissaka, but when he was better than Van Bissaka, who had that passion basically. He played well, he was sitting in the deep and he was dribbling well like Fletcher. Darren Fletcher was like that only. And in terms of passion, other than Van Bissaka, Bruno and Cavani and McTominay, nobody had passion. Nobody had the ambition to win the European Cup final. Villarreal wanted it. It was not like that Villarreal played well. We could have killed the match before the 90-minute mark. We could have killed the match, but Manchester United played with 3 centre forwards in the attack, and that was the feeling. Rashford I have said it before, Rashford is nothing else than an egomaniac, selfish player who is not a team player. He has said, I can guarantee the fans that when we will give up. I have hearing this bullshit for about 3-4 years since Mourinho won the Europa League. I'm hearing this bullshit over year and year, and there's no progress, no nothing. And when he knew that he was getting bodied by Juan Foyth. Who the hell is Juan Foyth? Do you know anything about Juan Foyth? The only thing which I know about him is his Spurs loanee player. The only thing which I know about him is that only. This is why I'm going to say this, that Ole has cost us the match because of his tactical naivety and his favoritism. I have to say this. I have to say this. Because I have been a better Ole supporter than anyone in the world. Not anyone in the world, but most of the fans are Ole out before this season began. But I backed him. But I cannot back him anymore. I defended him until the cows come home, but I cannot do it anymore. Believe me guys, I cannot do it anymore. This is enough, man. How are we going to win a title with this guy? When we can't beat a 7th place Villarreal in La Liga. We can't win a title. We can't compete with the likes of Pep Guardiola, Thomas Tuchel, Jurgen Klopp. We can't. That's the bottom line. We can't do it. And I have to say this, that some players don't deserve to wear this badge. Lindelof was one of them. And people are blaming David De Gea. What did David De Gea do? What bad did David De Gea? You expect the goalkeeper to score a penalty? Yeah. Rufy scored a goal, okay. Okay, but that was an anomaly. That was an absolute anomaly. Most of the goalkeepers miss penalties. I have seen, other than Manuel Neuer, I haven't seen any other goalkeepers take penalties perfectly. When the attackers can't score, you just can't scapegoat the player. And I'm not going to scapegoat any player. The team played well. The team played trash basically. Even Bruno was trash. When Bruno was trash, there was no trying. Yeah, he had that adrenaline rush. He had the passion, but he didn't provide anything. So I'm not going to comment on any player. I'm just going to criticize the management and all it. And I most of us know that David De Gea is not a penalty specialist. This happens. Many goalkeepers who are good overall are not good in penalties, and that is commonly found in many goalkeepers, and that the opposite also exists basically. Some goalkeepers are not good in overall, but are good in penalties, like Silesen. Caballero, Romero, and this is why the management is such cowards. Basically, they didn't want to include Romero, but they include Lee Grant, who hasn't done nothing in the season. If we had Romero, we could have used him in the penalty and we would have won the league. And I can assure you guys that Romero would have won us the Europa League because he's a penalty specialist, and I've seen it before. In the World Cup final, the Copa America have saved a lot of penalties. Naivety is not cut out to be the penalty specialist keeper. He's not cut out to be the and I don't think that Ole will win anything. He's a serial loser, nothing else. He's a serial loser, and I have to give this. I have to give this. I have lost the belief which I had. I said before that I had all the faith and the pride, and I was an idiot. I was an absolute idiot, nothing else. I call myself an idiot. Because I thought that Ole can bring us to the glory days. I think that if we buy the players he won't be able to make a title challenge. Because many people are saying he doesn't trust his bench, he doesn't know. Actually, one thing we will say, favoritism. First of all, he is running the team by favoritism. That's why we won't be succeeding, because no team has ever succeeded by favoritism. Second thing, he's scared. Third thing, he is indecisive. I think he has realized that Pogba and Rashford didn't play well. They didn't play well. So he would have been substituted. They should have been substituted at around 60 to 70 minutes. But he didn't, because he knew that, Rashford can dribble past 4 players and then he can score the goal. Pogba can shoot a long range goal. And he was waiting for a miracle. And miracles don't always happen. Yeah, they happen. Yeah, they happen in some crucial matches, but they don't happen always. And you need to have that. You need to have that cutting edge, basically. And he's complaining about a low block. I mean, get a space, man. Get a space. Give him some brain. You're complaining about low block, huh? You're complaining about what? Manchester United play in the Premier League, and Ole is complaining about the low block. I mean, we face low block opponents week after week after week. It's you can't complain about low block, because low block is generally used by weaker teams, and you can't expect them to play tiki-taka. And he's complaining about low block. That's because you doesn't mean that's because your team cannot break through low block. Doesn't mean that it is low block is impenetrable. Go and watch some Liverpool and Man City football over the last 3 years. They can break low blocks as easy as possible. And our team is not at this stage yet. And it will be never under Solskjaer. And we need to hire a manager next season. I have to say this. I know Ole will not get sacked because of the second finish, and actually the boardroom doesn't have the hunger, basically doesn't have the hunger or the strive to take this club forward, and I think that they won't sack Ole, and I'm 100% sure that, because but he's saying that nobody deserves to criticize us, and nobody has the right to put some point a finger at me. And I'm just wondering, then who is going to point a finger at you? Then who shall we point a finger to? The Glazers, we are pointing a finger, but the Glazers don't decide the team. You decide the team. So you have to take some responsibility. And this is an ignorant, stubborn bastard. He's just acting like that. Sorry to use foul languages. I respect Ole, but I have to say this. He's a stubborn bastard, nothing else. There's nothing else. He's a stubborn bastard. I have to say this. That he just plays the same thing again and again, and he doesn't have any plan B, basically. He doesn't have plan B. You can't be a manager without any plan A. You just you have to have a plan B. And why the fuck is Van de Beek what the fuck is Van de Beek doing at the bench? What the hell is doing that? Van de Beek needs to play in our team. Van de Beek needs to play. I'm just disappointed from Ole with this bench warming thing only. And why the hell doesn't he see Van de Beek as a good player? He could have broken the low block. He's an expert in breaking the low block, and still he insists to play Pogba. I'm going to say why he couldn't make the changes. Actually, I could explain it properly. I cannot take Pogba. From Ole's perspective, I'm going to say this. I cannot take Greenwood because he's a generation talent. Cavani is the best finisher in the world. Rashford, he can do miracles and dribble past 4 players and score. Bruno is the captain, I can take him out. McTominay is playing well and he's also my favorite. Pogba is a 90 million signing, so I cannot take him out. Lindelof is my favorite player, so I'm continuing now. So this is that you can't run a team by favoritism. Get it in this. Get Ole. I think this should be in Ole's head, and I don't know why he's ignoring this. And I don't care if he finishes second with 97 points or 100 points. If it doesn't win the trophy, he has to get sacked. Because we are not bloody Stoke City or Fulham or West Brom that we don't win trophies after years after years. 4 years after trophy drought. 4 years is a joke. It's a joke. It's a bloody joke going around. 9 years without a title is a joke. Every time, we have lost every crunch game under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We have lost every match. This is unacceptable, absolutely. This is unacceptable. This is not acceptable. And why should we lower our expectations? Just because he finished second doesn't mean he gets a free pass. Doesn't mean that. From when did finishing second has been an achievement for Manchester United? If it has been an achievement for Manchester United, then these people should stop moaning about Glazers because they have accepted mediocrity already. Manchester United finishing second was failure under Sir Alex. It was failure. Other than first, it was all failure. Finishing first was success. There is a difference between progress and success. Finishing second is not progress. Not success, sorry. Finishing second and win a Europa League is success. This is not success. This is a failure. This is a failure, absolutely. Finishing second and what's the point margin? 8 points margin from last season. And only Liverpool had a worse season than us, and they are only 5 points behind us. That actually shows the gravity of the current team, basically. And these players, just because of names, don't need to perform. The problem with the players is only Ole has actually given them a free pass. That you play, you have a good name at Manchester United. If you play well, you will get a good job. You will get the place. Irrespective of what form you play, what kind of a gameplay you play the trash, you play the shite, doesn't matter, you will play. This is the problem. And he calls him to be a big Sir Alex Ferguson student, he calls him, but he can't emphasize the importance of substitutions. And Sir Alex was the master of breaking successful teams and putting new teams and breaking new teams, and Sir Alex didn't do favoritism. Yeah, he had some favorite players, but they were good. Ole is picking Lindelof, Fred, in general, not do this match. This is the thing happening. We need backing. See, many people can talk about that Ole didn't get the backing, that's why we can't win a trophy. Okay, let me see. I am not expecting a Premier League title or European Champions League title. I am not expecting that. Don't be deluded. I am expecting a Europa League trophy, and let's see. People are moaning about Harry Maguire not being there. Villarreal also didn't have their captain. Juan Foy was playing with a head bandage in his head, and he has also thigh injury. Basically, he was playing around. Had also thigh injury. And people have to stop moaning about Harry Maguire not being there. Yeah, he was a big miss, but we should stop moaning out because our squad is estimated around 900 million and Villarreal is only estimated around 288 million. That's a fact. And if we miss one player, that means that we are overpriced squad and overhyped players. I have to say this. City didn't have a proper striker for the full season basically. Sergio Aguero was injured and Sterling was out of form. Still they won the title, still they won the Carabao Cup and they are on course to win a treble. Not the actual treble but a treble. They are on course to win the Champions League. And we can't win a bloody Europa League. This is the problem. The squad depth is also trash. The manager is also not good enough. This club is crumbling. They just want money and I just don't know what's going to happen. That future doesn't holds brightness for us. I'm going to have to say this. And to be honest, if I was the board manager, I would have sacked Ole. Many people say you can't sack a manager who finishes second. Yeah, you can. If you are ambitious enough. If you see that finishing second, he will drop on. And I don't see Ole progressing. I only see him dropping off. And that's the fact. That's the thing basically. I hope you guys agree with this, and please smash that like button if you did enjoy this video, and please subscribe so do not miss a single upload. And I'll do a season review next in this week, perhaps 2 days later. Soon it will be in 1 week uploaded. So thanks for watching, and I know it's been a disappointing season. It's dragging into the season, but just let's look forward. I know it's tough, but let's look forward to the Euros, and let's hope for new signs. Let's pray for new signs. Nothing more than that can be said. And I'll see you next time.